Many readers wanted to know how you've managed your responsibilities as First Lady, your duties as a mom, and your relationship with your husband. I suddenly feel like I'm high.
like,
Anyway, yeah. And the question is, I'm in grad school with no children, and I can barely find time to see my boyfriend. Ashley from Altamont, Florida wrote, how is it possible to have it all, including your sanity? I get asked this question a lot as well.
Yeah.
How do you balance it all?
Yes, I know. And I get very humble with this question because what I was doing years ago with no support, and I shouldn't say no support, but without staff. And
right. You had your mom, right?
I've always had my mom. So again, always asking for that help and accepting it from people around you. Couldn't do it without that. I've always had a supportive husband who did whatever he could and gave me the flexibility to explore and putting us in debt to have other support so that I could do things. So now, with all the support around me as First Lady, I feel like this is easier than it was when, I was back in Chicago doing this without all the help. So what I have always tried to do is put my kids first and then structure everything else around that. And the one thing that I've done over the years is I put myself a really close second behind my kids as opposed to fifth or seventh on my list of priorities. Because I think one of the things that I've learned from watching male role models is that they don't hesitate to invest in themselves with the view that if I'm healthy and happy, then I'm going to be a better support to my spouse and my children. And I found that to be the case, that once my kids were settled and in a space, that if the next thing I did was to take care of my own health and my own sanity and make sure that I was exercising and felt good and happy about myself, I'd bring that energy to everything else that I did.